And the river still shines and shimmers in the light as it did in our grandfather's day, when they rode all night to fish in the morning and lived in Willapa Bay.
In that wee dark engine room where the chill seeps through your soul, how we huddled round that wee pot stove that burned oily rags and coal. How the winter blizzards blow and the wailing fleets at rest, tucked in Leith Harbor's sheltered bay, safely anchored 10 abreast. The whalers at their stations, as from shed to shed they go, carry little bags of coal with them and a little iron stove. Thanks for your quiet. That's a love song to a stove. So I pulled the final oracle card. For those of you who've just joined us, Laura and I have been pulling from the back deck oracle deck, and made by the Bristol Baby Zine editors, one of whom is Sylvie and the other of whom I can only remember her face, and Josie. Thank you, Sylvie and Josie. So the poetry contest got fire, y'all. So here's your, it's a little matchbook with a smile on it and a flame. The background is orange. Fire, you can do hard things. You may feel like your flame is burning out, but fire is here to remind you that you have an eternal ember of abundance. Poet after poet after poet after poet. We have so many poets. Make sure you stoke your inner furnace so that you can carry on with gusto. And I just want to remind everybody about last year. I don't know who was here last year for the poetry contest. If anybody remembers how we did the judging, John and I couldn't remember. So you could tell John. Maybe he's got it figured out now. But there was a person, oh, here he is. There was a person who was disqualified because he was unable to finish anything in 30 seconds. And then he went away, and then he came back and he had his hat off. He took his hat off. He was wearing a very large hat. And then he came back and got in the line again without the hat. I was evidently the only person in this entire theater who saw through this ruse, because I am a female deckhand. Okay, so I just want to be clear. If you change your clothes, you're still disqualified. It happened. Also, he was very drunk, so. You can do hard things, people. Oh, and we have a new baby. Maggie Birch had a baby, Leon. I don't know if you guys heard about that. Let's just do it directly.
This reminds me a little bit of teaching school. Sometimes you just open the book, you don't know what your next sentence is even going to be. But it comes out pretty good at the end of the hour. We're going to let the audience decide, and so we've got several people chosen out there to be judges. We have to confer and so forth about what the volume of the cheer is. That's all we're going to do.
Okay, great.
Mo's in charge of qualifying and disqualifying, and we have a great number of people. That's good. So you gotta clip right along. The judges really appreciate if you'll give us an articulate name, so we can keep track and not write the gal with the hat on. You know. Okay, and the judges' decisions are final. We'll decide on the The third, second, and first place. In first place, of course, entitled to a Rachel T-shirt if you don't already have one of those. And if we have to mail it to you, we will, but maybe you can pick it up tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock at the Gear Shack. And otherwise, so cheer for the ones you like, and we'll have a little break afterwards, and we'll see how that works. That should be enough rules.
There's two more rules. Well, approach the microphone, poets, state your name, please clearly, and where you're from.
Yeah.
And if you start talking about like why you wrote the poem, we're timing, we're going. All right, just so you know, it's all in the 30 seconds. I can't hear you. I want to just call out Nancy Cook because this woman has come every year and done work for the ocean. Every year she stands up and she does poems and songs on behalf of the ocean for all of us. I still can't hear you, but thank you for the work you've done.
All right, we're off.
Let's go.
Good luck.
Thank you. Poet number 1.
Hello, my name is Bridget. Is that clear?
Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Portland these days. My poem is called Ulacan. It's the Columbia River smelt. Each year they come, the Ulacan. It's how Oregon got its name. Native Americans set their course west, guided by bald eagles lining the shore when the sun's about to set. Ulacan, each year they come. Fishers the same, wading in, dipping, making sure the waders aren't slipping. Oops, fishers, okay. Face away from the drift off Astoria's shore, stand watch for the full moon, and hear silver fish lore of explorers who jive down river to get more. Each year the Ulacan come, the fish that gave Oregon its name.
Excellent work, 40 seconds, disqualified.
Good evening. My life was tainted early. I had a rowboat before I had a bike, so I was fated to be a mariner. There's just no other way. In Petersburg, Alaska, I had a little rowboat. And one of my saddest things was when I was flying over, leaving town, looking down and seeing the man who bought my rowboat rowing across the chuck to the island across. This is a simple poem here. The song goes, I believe in rock and roll, and so it goes for days at a time. But the term rock and roll is so limited. It goes up and down, slam and climb. You hear the scream of the gust over 50. Choose a mariner's life and take the ride. You will rock and roll till life is spent. Hang on for the roll or the slide. Clear across to the other side. If you are serious about rock and roll, choose a mariner's way. Go out on the tide. There's a beat to it. It's you taking the beating.
You started your poem at 25 seconds in. So at 1 minute 14:91, I'm afraid you are disqualified, but that was a wonderful poem, please. So remember, poets, name, where you're from, timer. That's how it goes, okay?
Okay, I'm ready.
You can follow that instruction.
Can I go?
Name.
Name, Catherine. I'm from Tacoma by way of Kodiak Island. It's a full moon tonight, my friends. No crescents or halves. Get a look at that aft. So much junk in that trunk, nay, hell of a haul in that hull. A stacked back deck. A sturdy stern, colossal keel. Bottom dwellers, rejoice. It's a full moon tonight.
She's in. Come on up. 25 seconds. Just wait. Okay. Name?
I am Caleb. My father was Little Tom, if you knew him, and I'm from Portland, Oregon. Here's my poem. It's a full moon. Some combination of beer, bud, and cigarettes have me feeling hoisted away from my surroundings. Aboard the boat that wobbles beneath my feet, my vision is anchored to the movement and music on the horizon. As the lights grow bigger and closer, it's a party boat of women scantily clad. Clearly not for me. But I've never been good with women, so I attempt to oppress them the only way I know. I show them my bare ass. It's a full moon.
"37 seconds, but does hold the distinction of the first one to bring the inevitable human full moon. So very good. Okay, name and where you're from?
I'm Rygar from Portland. First 5 seconds, shout out FisherPoets Gathering, and what an important, wonderful, magical, powerful community this is. Next 5 seconds, recognize that this land was here before us, our forebears and caretakers that deserve our acknowledgement. In 20 seconds, as above the full moon, a deep bellow, a hefty echo of the sun. So below, the deep bellow, abyss, 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 the bell, the toll, the call, shallow aboard, shall swallow awash, shadow adrift, sorrow ashore, so below, as above.
30 seconds, 59. So when you come back up, be real careful because you were like 1/10 of a second away. Just good job, nice work.
Ken Kastner, Homer, Alaska. Deckload laden is my catch, a quarterly breeze now marks our fetch. We slip ahead late that night, tears shine in the colorless light of the reflective full moon. We'll be quayside soon, course now set for last lured stretch, deckload laden with my catch.
20 seconds, well in. So just stay tight. If you made it in, you're gonna be back in the line once it gets skinny again. Come on up. There we go.
All right, Curtis from Portland, Oregon. Imagine a small sloop coming about in the water. Imagine rolling her keel until gunnels touch water. Imagine the teacher amidships at the tiller. Imagine his students, the trio of Native American brothers. Imagine their basketball shorts billowing. Imagine the tiller's command, ready about. Imagine two of the brothers in reply, ready. Imagine the snap of the jib, the boom of the main, the cry of a man overboard a beam. Imagine falling, reaching for a guy and finding your brother's shorts. Imagine the elastic giving, going. Imagine a full moon. Imagine hitting the water. Imagine the Columbia in your vest up to your ears. Imagine your brothers at the tiller in the main. Imagine a small sloop coming about in the water.
Imagine improving your time bending skills. But thank you so much. Name and where are you from?
I'm Christine. I'm from Fremont, California. Illumination can come at any age. I was 14, fresh-faced freshman at my first football game when, ahoy, a boy, I did not know his name, sprinting from a starboard, he cheerfully dropped his dolphins and presented my first full moon of the human variety and sudden understanding of masculine anatomy. He swung his compass needle from stern to bow and port. After all these years, I only remember that it was not short. Now, many moons later, after much cogitation, I prefer the lady in the sky for my meditation, but say full moon, and all I think is of that guy. With age comes illumination.
You always gotta watch the ones that know how to wear a hat. 35 seconds, so love her while you got her. Name and where you're from.
I'm Eileen from Lake Oswego. Jammin' with salmon in the hold, the crew was too bold and too cold. Out at sea the first time, I can't find a good rhyme. We set sail in a four-masted schooner about the time of a full moon. The crew was just novices, small gulls and big buoys. The captain said charts were just toys. He fell under scrutiny, the crew went to mutiny, so he's jammin' with salmon untold.
26 seconds for Lake Oswego. Poets in the line, if you need to do any last-minute edits and cross-outs to get there, I just saying, it's not against the rules to edit your work before you get up here, but you ready?
Jennifer Young, Portland.
You want to get a little closer to Jennifer.
Is that my time?
No, I'll take it now. You're good.
All right. Where she shone silver, the sandy river, was when the smelt ran like they did in 1971, bank to bank, water solid with millions of gray silver eyes. The year we dipped, each net too heavy for my 8-year-old arms. We hauled them aboard our station wagon, astern where I cradled them, silver in deep blue buckets. The full moon followed off to starboard, as if we dipped her with our last net. Night sky, deep fathomless blue, the rear window gleaming, silver where she shone.
"27 seconds. Nicely done. There's a lot of Portlanders writing poems. You show up on Monday, and if you want to read your poem, you can. You ready?
I'm ready. You ready?
Let's go.
Okay. Mark, Astoria, Oregon. Inbound, full moon off the port bow, just rounded buoy 14, steady on 133. In the ebb, getting set to the west. So I said 132. But the helmsman turned to starboard, toward Clatsop Spit. I said again, 132. I watched the indicator go 10 and then 20. We're swinging to port, way too fast. Dan was on a loaded tanker outbound, less than a mile away. Hard to starboard. On the VHF, I said, Dan, I have a problem. Hard to starboard. The third mate grabbed the wheel, pinned it to starboard. We were once again inbound, full moon on the port bow.
Everybody's going to know how long 30 seconds is. That was 39:52. I know, right? Love them while you got them.
Scott from Lake Mills, Wisconsin, and Pacific City, Oregon. It's much too rough out here, I cried. I think I'm turning blue. On top of that, the cook, I think, put bad oysters in the stew. So I dropped my pants astern and hung a full moon aft. I sprayed to starboard, then to port. The deckhands, they all laughed. It's much too rough out here, I cried, and don't eat the oyster stew.
"23 seconds, Midwesterner getting it done. Doesn't need to hum and haw. Cold up there. All right, you ready?
Annie Howell Adams, Friday Harbor, San Juan Island. Ocean Beach, beyond a fishing boat. They watched the full moon set, early dawn. Their bow pointed south and west and north. I see their deck lights, sodium shine on the back deck, hauling gear port side, working the sea, beyond a fishing boat, an ocean beach.
21 seconds, she's in. You can come all the way up, Madam Blue, or Purple. Just walk all the way up the steps to the stage. We'll get people moving, then you stand there, and then when you walk off, in triumph, I hope, you can just write, okay, there we go.
Lisa, Portland, Oregon. I write limericks after dates that have gone bad. Here's one. Was Leeward a sailor? I winked him. He reached for his pants in a blink and unsheathed his harpoon. No, flashed a full moon. Abaft, I felt romance a-sinkin'.
Definitely in. I wasn't counting the kinds of words, though. All right.
Jordan Sullivan. I live in Anchorage by way of Kodiak.
Hold on a second. Say that name again.
Jordan Sullivan.
Oh, are you maybe related to Toby Sullivan?
Yes.
I'm so glad you came. All right, hit it.
All right. Tonight is crisp, cool, and clear. A pile of Grundon's orange tumbles into the skiff's bow and retreats fore and aft to each claim our own aluminum corner for the long ride home across the bay. Tonight, the stars are a netted tapestry of glinting silver scales enveloped against a deep midnight sea, a glowing full moon caught in its heavenly meshes, as our own silent reflections drown out the outboard roar while we yearn for our warm, dry beds in the cabin. Tonight, we will drift off into our dreams, crisp, cool, and clear.
Sad but true, 33 seconds. Seriously, y'all, I'm so much harder than Ron. You ready? Look at that vest. All right, hit it.
My name is Douglas, and I'm from Walla Walla. A full moon shone abeam upon the waves, awash with the light the sea fore and aft danced deep, the shimmering waves reflecting the full moon's beams.
"16 seconds. Hi, Nancy.
Hi.
You look real cute. All right, let's hit it.
I haven't said my name yet.
No, I know. I'm not timing you. Come on.
This is a poem called Skipper Target's Teacher, and my name is Nancy Cook. I'm from Astoria. Are you ready to start the time now?
You cheated. That was a cheat.
I'm challenging you. I'm a challenge. Oh, he hooked her through the gill right down to the keel. He bled her heart and ate his fill. Full moon in Leo, Venus starboard, Jupiter listing port. You're my Poseidon. Yeah, you got your demons, but I want that trident. Then it was breakfast. Something went conjunct. Do you ever think you might be wrong? He paused, patted her aft. No, not really. If something was wrong, I'd have done it different. Right down through the gill until she taught herself the power wiggle.
She almost got 2 poems in there. 53 seconds, but I really could listen to her all day. You ready?
Yep. I'm Mary Ann. Oh, hold on. I'm tall. Thank you. Thank you. I'm Mary Ann from beautiful Astoria, Oregon. Under a full moon of tides rising, like a goddess to starboard, a beam with light and listing aft, purging toxins from her saltwater arteries, rivers turn wild at her touch. Waters run clear, repatriated to a silver flash of dorsal fins, churning ancient waters under a full moon of tides still rising.
Oh, the eternal love song between the water and the moon, 29 seconds.
Yes.
Oh, let's fix this for you. Okay. Another redhead, 2 redheads in a row.
3. Mom, too. Yeah, but she's not in line right behind you. Well, Mom was in front, and then it went. Mom kind of counts as a redhead.
I'm not saying she's not a redhead. I'm just saying 2 in a row.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're in agreement. Okay.
Nazina Cook, Astoria, Oregon. Water always finds its way, envious of its liquid plan, course drawn through heaven and earth with honest fix and error land, desire deep for that kind of freedom, expectations just cold and wet, often feels like I'm moving astirred when procurement isn't quite met. Remember, just live like water, reflect a bright full moon, let life lee helm, skew from your plans because time to return is always too soon. Getting lost is not rare and that's reassuring, the path is somewhere, not always alluring. Still wake up jealous each day that water always finds its way.
Woo! Okay, stand up for a sec. Say your last name again.
Cook.
Cook as in Nancy Cook?
Yes.
To another second generation Fisher poet. 27 seconds. Yeah, you guys are doing great. All right.
Bella Dawson DeLoe, Astoria, Oregon. Take me home, I am a hole, my sails are set, with a little push, a little pull. Take me leeward, guide me, under this full mood, there's no one to pursue this adventure beside me. I'm in close reach, I feel it, never astern, full steam ahead, for home I yearn.
Woo! 14 seconds, the youngsters got it.
Get on up there. Okay. Alicia, BC, Inside Passage. A long way left to go, a full moon leads the way, its light reflects astern and illuminates the bay. Gull, cormorant, gull, alternating on a log, port, starboard, or slow, there really is a long way left to go.
Kid competition from international waters. 14 seconds, let's go.
I'm Crystalline from McMinnville. The ripples move the water in concentric aftward rings and bows high and down again when whistles as it sings. The full moon rises starboard and then drops to port again. Night fishing swallows hours away in line and scale and fen. We set the net in secret spots of fishers long since passed. Under stars we fish and work and wish. Our nets will fill up fast. The nights are long, but will is strong to settle in the groove. In concentric aftward rings, the water ripples as we move.
24 seconds.
My name is Laurel from Washington, D.C. 2 hulls and a tramp. My dad's Hobie 14 screams down Carlisle Lake. 1 hull lifts off the water, and for a moment we are flying. Then Dad's lucky cap flies off in the wake, and as quick as that, he's thrown me overboard. Shock of cold water, I gasp and paddle chin up, serving a full moon as I'd lost my trunks. Dad tacks, throws a rope, his hat in my hand, I climb over the hulls back on the tramp. We take off screaming down Carlisle Lake.
So close. So close. But with a dad like that, you might want to try fishing.
Let's get you up here and sit. Come on, step up.
Very tall.
Make sure
Okay.
There you go.
Janine, Portland, Oregon. You fish for fish before the mast. I write the news below the masthead of a newspaper. You may lean to starboard. I'm definitely to port. What do we have in common? Our fear that our respective ways of life may vanish. Even a full moon wanes. What can we do? You can buy my paper. I will wish for fish.
– 21 seconds, Janine. And a good point. Journalism, where is it going? Buy the paper. Let me get you over here.
Just aim it up a little. Okay. Mark from Portland. In the full moon's glow, the sea whispers daft. On the crest of a wave, we dance aft and abaft. Between the stars and the depths below, in the full moon's glow, the sea whispers low.
A comfortable 13 seconds.
Don Pride from Long Island, New York. That's not Willapa Bay, Long Island.
Your time, go.
All right, here we go. Oh, I got it good. Through misty breakwaters, under a morning full moon sky, I watched the fishers head to Salmon Sea, straining to read the trolling fishers' names, carefully winter painted, astern on now weathered transoms, dreaming of being aboard these beautiful working crafts before they head for home through now non-misty breakwaters.
A fellow New Yorker, 31 seconds. So sorry.
I'm Nancy from Nassau, Washington. Bodie prepositions.
full fisher moon. Roll, slam, beam, booner, beam, stern, starboard, bilge, slime line, Jacob's ladder, kings, dungeons, gear shack, swell, block, rack, seine and skippers, web, skipmen, pullers, baiters and brass rings, top house, tender, clam guts, echo. Howl on, fisher poets, it's a full moon.
26 seconds. Thanks for the little reflection. Let's get you started here. Is that good? Yeah.
I think it's good. Hello?
Just name.
Can you guys hear me up top? Heather, Vancouver, Washington. He climbed upon my deck last eve. His mast he swiftly leant. The gangplank endured a waxing set. He disembarked when spent. But wait! No expectation, hammock summer, did not expect to swoon, was caught off guard, his anchor dropped, and emerged with his full moon. Thank you.
23 seconds, a little after hours stuff.
You were so mean last year. I went extra short this year.
Just
You
naming
were so
where you're
mean.
from. I don't get here.
Katie, Eugene, I am lost at sea, aft to starboard, abeam, astern, all a foreign language. But once I see the full moon on the water, I am lost without the sea.
Yeah. 11 seconds.
Wow. Amy Marino, Coquille, Oregon. The full moon leered through smoky sky. A young family tore over the hill, hooked starboard, and saw their home ablaze. Little did the bilge of that night know, the ashes held hopes of other dreams. One of high seas adventures that had lived in bedtime stories from father to daughter. But the slip of a sailboat just large enough for Kontiki-filled dreams sat year on year in the yard. Its hull would only touch the daughter's oil canvas in a harbor under a full tropical moon.
33! But I appreciate that pleading look you gave me. It was a good one. Alrighty, here we go. Name, where you're from. Oh, let me take this.
Thank you. It's great. My name is Bonnie Reed. I'm from the Driftless region. My community is sinking starboard into hands of mermaids. We doused the fire they set to steady what was adrift, mutinous, throwing burning oil astern. To them, we are less real than the glittery fins offering reprieve, our rage illuminated by the full moon. Please welcome us as we learn to breathe underwater, riding downward as our community sinks.
29 seconds. You are in.
Seems about right. This might be your only chance. I really want to hear you. Das ist gut. Yo, I'm just going to try and get Yeah. the microphone in your face.
I'm Kat. I'm an Etartian. Full moon up on starboard. This tide will soon be changing. Night shapes up, anchors down. Dinner I'm arranging. Fore to aft, she's buttoned down. Today was quite the ride. I'm bedding down right in the forecastle. Full moon, now port side.
17! Also, this person is covered in mermaids. Oh, let me take this one. Looking out there. Thank you very much. How is this? Fearless bastard. Heartless bastard. Heartless bastard.
I think it's good, thank you.
Amy, currently Astoria, Oregon. 30 seconds. Last year I had a minute to become a poet. You're inspiring fishers. I've seen boats and fish. I know port, starboard, and aft, I think. Eaten salmon and crab, but I do not know what it is to fish. Hearing laments on nets and waves in pursuit of the catch, the violence, the calling, the unsurpassed beauty. Your words have been a full moon in the morning sky, somehow unexpected but bewitching and buoying for the day ahead. I am not a fisher, though tonight I've become a poet again, but 30 seconds. Last year I had a
30 seconds.
Picking your job.
All right, Todd, how's that mic working for you? All right, good.
Todd, I'm from Night-Umpteenth, Oregon. Saturday crossword. 1 down, 5 letters, astern. Abaft. 4 across, 8 letters. Starts with an F. Phase. Full moon. 5 down, 7 letters. Starts with an L. Downwind. Leeward. 3 down. Starts with an S. Ends with N. 6 letters. Quinat. What a puzzle.
Genius method. Replicable for future years. That's pretty good. 24 seconds, you are in.
Oh my God. I think it's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Here, how's that? I just made it on that.
Okay, cool. Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I want to do this so that the pointy part is going this way.
Sure, that works.
Then you can get closer.
Taylor from Seattle. 満月の下で釣り船、マグロ切り、下の波が紅に遅くしろ。柱の下、へさきにも下、火事も下、サメの目は白、満月のよう。Beneath the full moon, a fishing vessel cuts tuna. The waves beneath are dyed crimson. Beneath the mast, beneath the prow, and beneath the rudder, the shark's eyes are white, like the full moon.
"34 seconds. And I just want to make a new quick rule. Poems have to be in either English or German. Just so you know. Because otherwise I won't be able to tell if you're meeting the criteria. But that was good. Come on up.
I'm Talia Philippek from Joseph, Oregon. A blue sturgeon moon of sake glass, the way I was the night you find me, my new any minute now love. You say, you are the most tired woman I've ever seen. Bowline me in a woolly blanket, cover my ears and hoist me over your shoulder. I cry, haven't you noticed that when you look at the stars, they all move now? They take our wishes, form a line and march away. Where are they going with them? You windwardly whisper in a chimney puff, now, now, my sea glass orb of groggy lass.
Some words from the desert. 34 seconds. I know.
I have a punishing retelling of a famous astronomical event. Name is Len from Astoria. Okay. Hey diddle diddle, caught in the middle, the star board no longer gushed wow, as the beauty full moon took a bow, having safely avoided the cow, her rudder just missing his brow. Stern anchors away, a hoi polloi habit that held her in sway each time her damn bovine went leaping, the import of which left her knotted and wishing that damn catamaran with the fiddle stayed sleeping.
You made it, Larry, with 26 seconds, and I just want to remind you that you are speaking into a microphone, which amplifies your voice already. We'll just have you stand a little further back. But you made it in. Larry's coming back. Step on up.
Okay. I'm Abby from Seattle. Full moon flipped me to a double-ended life where all I know is water, tide charts, and a knife. I'd forget, no question, the things left on the shore. Fore and aft the ocean, never wanted more. We'll go, don't bother asking. Get you to the sea. I'll have a vessel waiting. Full moon, thanks, I'm free.
19. Abby will be back. You got it. You can do it. Yeah, go ahead.
Tom from Bellingham, Washington. Shine, full moon. If the moonlight on the water is to starboard, chase it. If it's to port, go there instead. The glisten alone is worth it. Just remember to pay attention to where you're going. When you're almost full, find a cove and anchor. Go sit on the bow, dream of being a fisher poet, and contemplate something like, what's better, the smell of the ocean from the forest, or the smell of the forest from the ocean? I know my answer, full moon shine.
Yeah. 26.
David from Corvallis. Storm clouds gather fore and aft, the full moon disappears. Care and safety of my crew, I drowned with strong beers. Follow me and be fishers of sound men, I drunkenly shout in my role as captain. Oh captain, my captain, the port is so near, my crew responds with poetic disgust and with fear. Then cut away the dock lines, leave safe port astern, I growl at the crew with a salty return. But captain, they respond, disturbed and annoyed, good seamen weather only storms they cannot avoid.
I think he's got like time stretching material in the bag. 28 seconds. All right.
Hi, my name is Peg. I'm a native Montanan. I'm a Ukrainian sailor on a Russian tanker, running slowly into a tiny river port on the Columbia River. Colorful houses scattered up the hill under a full moon. A harvest moon. I am hungry, I am isolated. What lives do these trawler captains lead as they dodge and weave out of the way? Are they going home contentedly to dogs and gardens and worn out furniture? I am not. I am just existing on a Russian tanker.
32. No, oh my God, she's bribing me. Just so you know, no. 32 seconds. Montana, that's cowboy poetry stuff. That's not Fisher Poets. Oh, Robin, let me help you. There you go, darling.
I'm a tiny little petite flower.
I doubt it.
Okay. Robin from Eagle River, Alaska. Winter jewels, under the midnight sun, the day is never done. Summer has its wonders, but winter has her jewels she hides from fair weather fools. Summer solstice is my oyster, but where is the pearl? No stars port to starboard, no northern lights astern, no full moon forward, rare jewels when there is work to be done. Long shines the midnight sun.
27 seconds fully in, and I just want to say Robin read earlier tonight, and I think she packed the most poems into the 15 minutes, so you definitely also have the poundage highline, you know, credits of the night. Oh, that's cool. He has permission. Can't wait to see what that means.
Byron, Eagle River. My two wives. She's got a full moon astern, and I like her that way. The bow's proportional. She can handle the spray. She rides the waves when I pilot her that way. Her beam is strong. Aboard, I say. Wait, I've been at sea too long. It's time to return to my lovely wife, both bow and stern.
Now that, he could bribe me. 23 seconds.
All right.
That's all right, thanks. Jesse Canellis, Astoria. So submarines. Dive, dive, the klaxon sounds. Dive, dive, the prop cavitates. The bow planes descend us into the deep darkness and the depths of the ocean. No sun, no land, not even a full moon. Isolation is our future. No contact with the outside. 100 men go down, and eventually after months, the klaxon sounds again. Surface, surface, and 50 couples return.
23 seconds and a pair of very fancy shoes. By the way, come on up.
Hi, I'm Miles from Newport. Everybody dies someday, I tell myself, sitting a lee of the dunes waiting for the rising moon earlier this evening, wondering if I still have the nerve to crawl out on the jetty to fish for rockfish as I did as a teenager, or if being a parent has made me soft. Ultimately, I content myself with a limit of razor clams and go home to call my children and their mom, who, before every trip, said, "Hey, Podge, don't die." And before every time he crossed the Quinnipiac bar, he said, "Everybody dies someday."
Breathe that one in. Let it land, because it's 38 seconds and you won't hear it again tonight. It's powerful stuff. Are you ready? Step on up. Look at your cute little matching outfit.
Is it? All right.
I'm not dissing you. I think you look cute.
Thanks.
Is that HR? Do we have to call HR now?
All right, Stephanie from Port Townsend. There was a full moon in the morning as I woke to my sails a-blowing, ran aft to the ship and not knowing as what to strange light was a-stowing. Was it me mind, was it me heart? It took quite a start. The ghost of past times was I courting. His hands on my wheel, his eyes on my compass, his voice in his thundering light. He said to you, "Yo man, take this hand and we will enter the locker by morning."
You're in. 26 seconds. And to be clear, I am sincere but clownish in my compliments. So if I tell you you look nice or whatever, I really do mean it. I'm not ironic. I am a Gen X. That's millennial stuff.
You can tell me I look nice, Mo. That's cool.
Yes!
Jessie Jess, Nehalem. I was up all night tossing under fat full moon. She pulls the tide high and belches waste aboard the bank. I splash my kayak late morning as water flows back out to sea. I'm stuffing the back hatch full of plastic bottles, lashing foam across the deck. I've got a shed door tied astern. I don't think I can fit anything else. But I see a flash of color in the distance, starboard of my craft. I stretch my paddle far out to retrieve a crumpled plastic mass. And now I'm up all night crafting a dress from this damn deflated pool floaty.
No. 38 seconds. But thank you for your work cleaning up the oceans and the rivers. Really good. Maybe you can organize the Fisher Poet Ocean Trash Fashion Show. Be a real fundraiser. Our ultimate poet. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let me just make this.
Andrew Texan. I tie, I bind all day and night, for I lean into the weave, stern face and back, bowed and tired, months past months tying alone. Finally she arrives after so many months, the stories, the laughter, the full moon rising. We like the knots connected, hand tied, there never were stronger. We bind, we tie, intertwined are we.
from Texas. Yes. I need to meet with the judges in the back after this. And I bite your cheek. I bite your cheek. I'm meeting with the judges, evidently. Recite poetry amongst yourselves. Hands together for the sound operators, for the Liberty Theater, for the techs. And I can't be here for this poetry contest without thinking of my favorite sound man, Mick, who passed away. He's no longer part of Fisher Poets, but he is the man responsible for the dance-off ending for when we used to do this differently, and we never thought it would end, and finally I just was like, I just kept whispering, dance-off. And Ron was like, what's that, Mo? And Mick started playing dance music, and we made all the poets dance instead of doing their poem. And it was a woman in her 60s who won based on her dance. It's still on YouTube. I didn't know it was on YouTube. Also, I can't help but remember when there were 5 poets up. It was when Hillel was still with us, Hillel Wright, who also passed away, wonderful poet. He's such a badass. He got in a car accident and then still drove here to perform. And he was covered in cuts, And then he won. Legitimately, not a feel sorry for you thing, but it was some young, handsome deckhand, John Campbell, Hillel, 2 other young, handsome deckhands. I mean, it's the same, right? Young, handsome deckhand. Young, handsome deckhand. And I couldn't figure out, I just was this was when we were supposed to decide as MCs who would win. And I just am all the applause sounds the same. Too many engines. So I can't tell if it's louder or not. So this was with Aaron Freistad. We did you had to take 1 item of clothing off for each time you did your poem. And it was so good when it was me and Aaron Freistad as the MCs. Because Aaron's tall, willowy, blonde, gorgeous Norwegian. So everybody thinks a certain thing, I think, when they look at her. And she was just like, you got this, Mo. Because I think they looked at her to be like, you're not going to make us do it. She's like, oh, yes, we are. And we wouldn't have done it. All those men, those 5 men were just like, and you all were doing what you do. And then Campbell just kind of shrugged and he was like, and he took his, and I was going, come on, it's winter, you're all wearing long johns. It was great, they were really good sports. I don't even think I got talked to after that, but luckily for you all, we're not gonna do that tonight. Judges are in the audience now. I just want to tell you the last time I went, never mind, I'm not gonna do it. You are welcome. Who's booing? Who is it? Okay, stand up. Come on up here. For each poet that I read who is placing, you can take off a piece of clothing. Oh my God, she's gonna do it. Okay, good. Shoes do count. Shoes count. Okay. People in the audience, feel free to join in. This whole thing is just to get Joel to laugh. Where's Izzy? Izzy, where are you? Izzy Cook came in 3rd. Give her a big round of applause. You don't have to come up. You're not going to read. I don't know. So. Izzy Cook, genius. Raised by her mom. She hasn't stopped giving me sass yet. Catherine from Tacoma? Is that right? Where? Catherine from Eugene? Catherine? Was there more than one Catherine? All the Catherines come up. There's just one? There's just one. Get up here, come on. People want to go somewhere and take their clothes off. Oh yes, Catherine. You did the dirty poem, right? Was it you? Okay, good. Wait, you're still wearing clothes. That's two poets. Come on now, if you're gonna boo me, you gotta, okay. Yeah, that's, yeah, I would call shoes one, but you know. And the first place, what is your name, by the way? Michelle, please continue doing interpretive dance. I can't get enough of that either. It is the best. Yes. Is that interpretive dance or are you just dancing? Staying warm? Okay, good. This is what happens when you boo me. You get to be part of it. You're hired. Amy from Astoria is the winner for tonight's FisherPoets Umpteenth Annual Contest poem as a 30-second poet, but an all-night champion and shy, evidently. Kathy, we're gonna hear your poem again.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
Are you gonna time it again?
No, you don't. You can take as long as you want for this. You already won. But for as long as you do it, we're gonna have. I know, right? No, this is feeling. Oh, wow. Okay. I think I'm gonna get in trouble for this. Don't post this online. Oh my God. The oracle card was fire. All right, Kathy, just, yeah, she's like, she's doing a show. I know, right? All right. You're doing great.
All right, is everybody ready? She's good? All right. 30 seconds. Last year I had a minute to become a poet. You inspiring fishers. I've seen boats and fish. I know port, starboard, and aft, I think. Eaten salmon and crab. But I do not know what it is to fish. Hearing laments on nets and waves in pursuit of the catch, the violence, the calling, the unsurpassed beauty. Your words have been a full moon in the morning sky, somehow unexpected, but bewitching and buoying for the day ahead. I am not a fisher, though tonight I've become a poet again. But 30 seconds, last year I had a minute.
All right, Amy. So I got that? That's the right name, right? You're Catherine? No, wait, Catherine's over there. A big round of applause for our dancer. There we go. We've already forgotten why she's up here. It was because she was booing. It was the antisocial behavior of booing, and now we just see you just wanted a little attention for yourself. We're happy to give it to you. There's room for everyone at FisherPoets. You made a lot of people happy tonight. All right, I think that's it, y'all. Saturday night. We did it. Thank you, Astoria.
White Maine spruce, grain so even, you can almost hear the music now. Sidewood bent in the water steaming, and the easy slide of a dovetail saw. I learned these skills, but no one taught me. I make guitars that others play. Too much rain and darn long winters, but I love the work of a luthier's trade.